Hello chess fans, we're back with another rapid chess video and we're against EVG Mel. So this is a very strange pairing because I outrate them by 400 points, but okay, we see exchange French. This is sort of expected. I think probably then this video is going to be something about how to beat the exchange French. So I'm going to go bishop d7 and knight e7. So we see h3. Okay, let's go for here. Queen f3. So I'm not really familiar with that move whatsoever. Castles looks most natural. Bishop e6 also looks quite natural. Generally, I mean, you shouldn't really bring your queen out in the opening. I assume their idea is to go knight e2 though. So we'll see what to do against that. Knight g6 is sort of the default response with the idea to go knight h4 at some point. I'm pretty sure queen h5 there is a move as well. Okay, but obviously we have to win this game because we outrate our opponent by a lot. So yeah, I don't want to castle though. Knight g6 though is a blunder because of queen d5. He's kind of forcing us to castle, which is so annoying. Can I go f6? F6 is sort of a move I also want to play because I guess he's threatening here. Yeah, he wants to go bishop here, which is just okay. This is a very, very meta-gamey play by my opponent. Knight f3. Okay, f6 is, yeah, let's go f6. There's no queen h5 because I have g6 and this is defended, but let's go f6. Okay, knight e2. Let's go bishop e6. Defending this. I assume bishop f4, right? Yep. Okay. And we have to go here, I guess. Knight d2. This is really annoying. My opponent's sort of just waiting for me, but let's go knight g6. Takes. Whatever way he goes, I think I'm going to castle the opposite way. Just to try and create play. Yeah, this is an annoying setup. It's very hard to win the exchange French, I will say that. And okay, he castles queenside. I was really hoping he wouldn't do that, honestly. Because, okay, it seems to me my best play is to castle queenside as well. But is there anything better? Because the problem is if I castle kingside, I think he just has h4. And where does my knight go? And I don't have any attack on the queenside whatsoever. Yeah, I really think I have to castle queenside. Unfortunately, I think I have to. I don't really have an option. Okay, well, we're going to have to try to win this very equal position. I think there's a few things that you have to try to do here. First off is look for imbalances. I think, okay, clearly I have to look for some imbalances in this position. The second thing is I generally have to play the clock. Like, I think that even if my opponent is a strong player, in this type of position, I think there's most likely not going to be anything extremely tactical. There's most likely not going to be anything extremely like game losing for them. So, okay, g4 I already think is a step in the wrong direction. But maybe their idea is to go knight g3 and then knight f5. So I think the first thing I notice is this knight is a little bit misplaced. It probably wants to be on e7 and then look for f5 possibly, and then f4. Maybe this isn't my idea. Maybe I can even go for there right away and then here. Yeah, so I'll go knight e7. Preparing f5. If he goes knight g3, then maybe I have knight h4. And if queen e3, I can still go f5. So, apparently police signs are going off. I'm not sure if you can hear that, but okay, we're looking for something. If queen here, okay, let's go for knight h4. Just making sure that's a good move. I think it is. And yeah, I just realized I could have blundered the game. If I go for f5, there's rook e1. So, okay, not so playable yet. So I think I can go here now. Rook here. Could also go knight g6. Knight f5. Takes. Knight here. Yeah, knight g6 actually looks good. The thing with rook e8, it sets a small trap if he goes here, but I don't think it's a good trap. So let's go here. Threatening knight f4. Yeah, g3 is not a good move. So already my opponent's played a questionable move. Not to mention this also allows me to go rook e8 because now the bishop's defended. Yeah, there I had to make sure I didn't blunder with f5 and then rook e1, and then we'd be talking about how to swindle a game. That would be the new title of the video. And here I have a threat. So if rook e1, I do have a threat to go here. Queen f1 and knight g2. And I don't believe he can defend the exchange there. Yeah, I think he loses the exchange by force there. Because if rook e3, I just take it. Rook e2, I just take it as well. So, yeah, we'll see what he does. I think taking here is a very reasonable move. Knight h5. Okay, that's also... I think that's actually a good move by my opponent. So, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, honestly. Just to prevent this from coming in. So I could go here. He takes here. Knight f4. Knight f4, yeah. Queen f1. Rook e7. I do get a lot of play there, like knight h5. Let's say takes, and then even like queen f4 ideas. Okay, I think I might sack this. Is there anything I have to be worried about here? Knight f4, rook e7, takes. I feel like I have sufficient compensation there, but might not be necessary to sacrifice a pawn. Could also go knight f4. No, I can't. Yeah, maybe this is another. My opponent is playing pretty good, actually. Could go rook d7. Keep my other rook available to go to e8. And yeah, that seems most reasonable, actually. Rook d7. Protecting here, sorry. Okay, on knight f3, I also have knight f4. So that's another threat. Obviously, okay, we're not going to win this game immediately. Okay, does he have f4? Wait. Did I blunder f4? I may have blundered f4 there, but okay, my opponent didn't see it. Knight f4 looks good. Queen is really nice on f4, so yeah, hopefully we can make use of that. Knight g3. Okay, he goes back. That I do not think can be a good move. And here we will set a small little trap. I am hanging this, but then g6 and say goodbye to your bishop. So I think my position is very nice here because I have these two outposted knights. This g4 move pretty clearly created some weaknesses. So yeah, we have to continue try to press. Rook e7 is probably coming next, followed by bishop d7, maybe a6 as well in some position. Maybe I go bishop f7. It's also quite a reasonable idea. Like bishop f7 might be quite good. So obviously, yeah, not yet. Maybe I go king b8 first. Rook e7 first. Yeah, let's go rook e7. Okay. I'm just trying to make this move harder to play because then I take here. I don't know. Okay, knight b3. Okay, clearly an aggressive move. Should I go b6? Yeah, probably. I'm not afraid of any... I'm not afraid to play this move c6 at any point. So, okay, another thing is I definitely need to watch my time. My opponent is quite a fast player, so... and I don't really see any... Like, obviously g4 is a bad move, but other than g4, I think my opponent has played well above their level, so... Or at least well above their rating. Maybe they are underrated. Like, let's check their account. Their blitz is about 2200, so I think they're probably a little bit underrated in rapid, but not too much. They're probably around 2300 level. So, okay, yeah, I mean, we still have to try to win this position. Okay, we see there. Could go here now. And there's no specific idea of that move, but just might be annoying. Which is why I don't know if it's the best idea. Because maybe I have an idea to go takes here. And then go knight g6 here. Okay, let's go bishop d7. Bishop d7 though. Though maybe there's bishop b5. c6. Okay, let's go bishop d7. I need to speed up too. I could go g6 too, but my idea with this move, I don't even have, I thought I had knight takes d3 going there. Okay. So if I take, rook takes, go here, rook d2. It's getting very close to a blunder. And actually it is. I think. Rook here, knight here. Rook c2, I mean, what? And then I just attack it one more time, right? Bishop b5. Yeah, I think it's a blunder. Rook d2, knight f3, rook c2, rook takes e2, knight takes e2, rook takes e2, rook takes e2, and then knight d2, but then rook takes d2, check. Rook takes here. It doesn't end. The line does not end. Oh my gosh, these tactics. They somehow work for him. Knight d2, rook d2. Rook d2, knight d2, rook c2. Okay, he goes rook e2. Or sorry, rook e3. Okay, well, I think that's just the blunder though. I think that's just a free pawn. Queen f2, queen e7. I don't think it matters. Queen e7, queen e6, queen e7 I think is better. Queen e6, queen e7. I think no matter what, I'm going g5 next, right? Okay. Queen e6. So now he has to go king a1 because queen e4 is a threat. Okay. He goes there. Let's go check. And g5. Yeah, queen c2 is just a blunder because I can take the knight or the rook. So king a1 now and g5. I think I'm just completely winning. There's no knight g2. What else can he do? I don't see another move. I think that's game over. G5. I mean, I don't know. Is it game over? Knight f3 takes. I don't know. I think it's just game over. I think he missed queen e4. Yeah, but there, rook d2. We're gonna have to look at that after the game. Like, there's some ridiculous tactics that just don't work somehow. I mean, I still think I might have gone for that 2 rook position, or maybe there's a winning tactic I didn't see. G5 now. I mean, as long as I'm not blundering a piece here, I don't see how I'm not completely winning. Knight g2. Okay, I mean, I just take here, right? Oh, what? I forgot to put that. But it doesn't matter, right? Okay. Wow, I just completely forgot my rook was hanging. Whoa. Yeah, so I should have taken him here, but okay, b3. Okay, queen e4. That was yeah, that was bad. Wow, I can't believe I just forgot about it. Okay, let's go for knight f3. I just don't want to allow him to get any counterplay. Next, I'm going to go king b7 just to be 100% safe. Okay, king there doesn't do anything. Should I go a5? Yeah, let's go a5 so I can go bishop a6. Your knight does not have anywhere to go. Maybe I go queen f4 here next. I'm not sure. Probably. Whatever will make him resign the quickest or will be the smoothest win. Okay, he goes knight there. I have no idea where the knight's going. So let's go here. I'm threatening here. If he goes king c2, I don't know. Okay, let's trade queens. I mean, my opponent's still playing. They're hoping for a miracle here. But I'm just going to trade that knight off wherever it goes. So I don't think any sort of miracle is going to happen. Just got to not let this pawn queen. That's about it. Okay, just take that. Okay, go pick up the pawn. I don't have to go allow this immediately because okay, let's go here. And if I could cover this and this square, it would be nice. So let's do that. Check and here. And then I'm covering both these squares. So the pawn falls next and then okay, I'll grab the pawns on the king side. Then I'm not stalemating here, bro. There's going to be no stalemate. Okay, 3 points. 3 points is crazy, but okay, I mean, I am favored to win by over 300 points, but okay, I think it was still decently instructive of a game. Okay, so we're going to go over the game now. So yeah, obviously as a French player, it's crazy that after e6, like my engine here is saying plus 0.4, which is just crazy because and yeah, the engine's saying c6 is better than c5. So obviously this engine is not making any sense. It's saying e6 is the same level as knight c6. Okay, but usually engines love the French for some reason, but just humanly it's difficult to play. So here, knight c3, it doesn't like knight f6. I'm curious why. What line in this is scaring? Okay, apparently just engine loves space. But okay, as you play a French, you have to realize that you're going to have to play the exchange French sometimes. And actually, exchange French seems to not be that bad an option anymore. Like it used to be, like people used to pretty much think that, oh, you play the exchange French, it's because you're a lower rated player going for a draw. But no, I don't think so anymore, because in the candidates, I mean, Hikaru played it twice, Jan played it once. So, I mean, clearly it's not the worst weapon in the world. So bishop d3, knight c6. Knight c6 is the ambitious move. Here against bishop d3, c5 is also playable. And after knight f3, I think that you should go c4 here. There's this line, castles, I guess knight e7, b3 takes, a takes, castles, c4, knight here. And okay, wait, I think my recording said it messed up a little bit or something. Okay, there it goes, better. And we get this line, and for some reason, I have no idea why black has huge win rates here. Probably because black players are usually trying to go for the win here. I'm guessing they outrate their opponent. Yeah, usually black players outrate their opponent. So, okay, you can go for that. But knight c6 is also a good line. It has a few ideas. The first is, one of the problems after knight f3 with knight c6 is bishop b5. I think this line pretty much gives you nothing as white, but it gives you nothing as black either. Like, it just becomes really boring. So that's why after bishop d3, knight c6 is a little bit more reasonable. So c3, bishop d6, h3. And yeah, maybe here, is there queen h4? No, I'm not sure. Actually, after knight e2. After knight e2 here, there's this funny move, queen h4. And it comes with like a really sensible idea. You're just trying to prevent here. And if they go for g3, okay, you've committed g3. This is a bad move. Now queen h5. knight f4, and okay, I don't know this theory, but yeah, you shouldn't commit g3. So instead, maybe you should go knight d2 looking for here, but then after bishop g4, knight f1, let's say, I mean, black has a nice position. So that's what to do with knight e2, which is one of the lines. But against h3, I don't really know this move. Yeah, queen f3 is another move, and I think here my plan is to go knight e7, but now they've done what we did to them. So they've prevented bishop f5. Now they go here, threatening this. Then here you're supposed to go here, and after bishop f4, I think knight g6, preventing the knight from coming here, takes, and I guess queen g3 is just completely equal. So is there anything better? Now we can look, because that's the only line I know. But okay, apparently knight f6 is not that bad here. Okay, the reason why knight f6 doesn't look natural to me is because bishop g5. But here, bishop g4, and usually this tactic doesn't work because of takes. But here after takes, queen takes, there's bishop takes g2. Okay, so that tactic does work. Now if knight takes, bishop takes, knight f3, it's complete equality. Okay, so maybe not the most ambitious line to go for. What's the most popular move in the database here is bishop e6. Okay, let's say they continue with here. Okay, we go bishop d7. Let's say bishop f4. Okay, now we just castle queenside. Okay, and this is sort of a way to play, but then after knight d2, knight f6. If they castle queenside, we're better after knight e7, knight g6. Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me. And if they castle kingside, okay, just sort of typical play. Try to attack on the king side, go g4, g5. Okay, but we saw h3. And here I went knight f6. I went f6. And, okay, f6 is a waiting move. Now, the reason why I didn't play a castle is because I just didn't want to get a dry position after knight e2. Let's say knight g6 and castles. I mean, okay, engine actually gives black a decent advantage here, but yeah, it just feels very dry. So I went f6 with dreams of playing here. They went knight e2. I went bishop e6, bishop f4. I went queen d7, knight d2, and here I went knight g6, which is apparently very bad on account of takes, and h4. And yeah, this is actually, I did mention this. I did mention that after castles, here, if I castle queenside, I'm just lost after h4. Yeah, it's just really, really funny that, like, when my knight comes to f4, which I want to do, my knight, sorry, can't come to f4 because of this. But even if my knight could come to f4 after here, it's getting trapped after something like this. Like, pretend, I don't know, so let's say just a position like this. It's getting all these tempos on it, and then, okay, now he can get a lot of space. So, okay, I couldn't do that, so I castle queenside here. And now, yeah, g4, okay, engine doesn't hate it. h4 looks so unpleasant for black here. I mean, yeah, I mean, clearly here I'm quite a little bit worse. So, yeah, f6, I guess, is just a very bad move. Here, you should really go bishop e6 and knight g6, and you're better. But, okay. Yeah, here some weaknesses were created, and yeah, now you really, really must go here. So, yeah, it's possible I should have gone here first. I just didn't like queen g3. And then after takes, this just looks bad for me. Because, okay, he has some pressure. But instead after this, yeah, now I'm clearly better. Knight here, yeah. Knight h5 was a very good move. A move I think that I clearly underestimated. Very much I underestimated. But here apparently... Now knight f4, knight f1. I was looking at some sacrifices. Bishop g6. Ah. Yeah, this is sort of a good idea, I guess. Then queen d7, knight h5, and... Yeah, that looks better for me. But okay, he goes back. Rook e8 now looks very nice for me. Maybe b6 is not necessary. Bishop d7. Okay, best move. Yeah, I said here, he should go bishop b5, provoke c6, and then just come back. Because now my bishop doesn't have access to here. And I don't have any really good improving moves, but instead he went knight e2, and after takes. Okay, now he goes rook e3, but I want to see what to do on rook d2. My plan was go knight f2 here. Okay, rook t2, I saw all this. Knight e2. Ah, queen e7. Oh, that just makes so much sense. Yeah, I calculated rook e2, knight d2, and if he takes, I take here, and then suddenly it's working out for him, but... Okay, yeah, queen e7. It's a little bit of an easy move to miss, I think. And then, yeah, okay, I'm winning it back. So that would have been completely winning. So I guess my opponent played the best move with rook e3. Now here doesn't matter. Queen e7 versus queen e6. Let's see. Okay, no, they're the exact same. Okay, but I went here, queen e4, here g5, here, and that's just dead lost. I mean, if you go here, yeah, I mean, that does save your piece, right? Because if I take, you take here, but rook e2, so I take with check, and then, okay, I'm still completely winning, but he just made my life a little bit easier. And here, I kind of just forgot my rook was hanging. So maybe a possible miss by me as well. Okay, so, okay, some moves, and we trade queens, and okay, the rest of this doesn't really need to be looked at. But okay, I think that this game was pretty good. I think that it kind of shows you some ideas when you're playing a lower rated player, how you can try to use the exchange French as black to win. Even though, okay, I mean, my opponent's still not low rated. Like 2200 is a very, very respectable rating. But okay, you can sort of just play some natural moves, try to create imbalances. Your opponent will probably overcommit with moves like g4 here. And if you're wondering, like, okay, if he plays h4 or whatever, at the end of the day, no opening can guarantee that if your opponent plays perfect as white, that you're going to get some sort of advantage. Like, if you like playing the French main lines, I would say, like, if you really enjoy playing, I don't know, like against d4, d5, e5, and you enjoy playing against knight c3, you like the winnower, and against a Tarrasch, you like going knight f6, like, okay, this doesn't really constitute a reason not to play the French if you just don't like the exchange. Because, okay, there's a few things. First off, a player playing the exchange is probably weaker than you. You can probably outplay them. Second thing is, okay, you should be happy. Black is already pretty much equal. And you can try to go for imbalances. And just keep looking for imbalances, and eventually your opponent will probably crack if you just play good enough moves. So yeah, that's the end of today's video, guys. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we can try to hit 2600.